Good afternoon to all. I'm Don Consel, and my presentation for this afternoon is the continuation of Chapter 8, Social Contract Theory. Last time, we defined what is social contract theory. Social contract theory is a theory which is the state is originated due to a social contract made by people. And also last time, we tackled the first philosopher under social contract theory, which is Thomas Hobbes. And now, the next philosopher under social contract theory that I will be discuss is John Locke and his concept in social contract theory. But before that, who is John Locke? John Locke is a 17th century English philosopher. According to our module, Locke was born at Warrington. His early education took place at home. He studied at Westminster School when he was 12 years old and entered the University of Oxford when he was 20 years old. He finished his BA and MA and became a lecturer in Greek. He served as censor of moral philosophy. While he was in Oxford, Locke became dissatisfied with the philosophy of scholasticism because of its admiration to vague and obscure terms which he thought to be useless. He was attracted to Descartes' philosophy because of its systematic and clear way of thinking. He also became interested in the study of physics and chemistry. Aside from this, he obtained his medical degree and license to practice in the year 1674. He served as the medical advisor of Earl of Shaftesbury and became the secretary of a council. His political career was torn by controversies and disagreements with Shaftesbury and also with King James II. Locke returned to London and held minor office due to health problems. John Locke died at the age of 72. And that's the brief background about John Locke. And now, let's proceed to John Locke's concept of social contract theory. First to come is the state of nature. State of nature. According to Locke, the life in the state of nature was not as miserable. Instead, it was reasonably good and enjoyable. He also believed that human nature allowed men to be selfish. In a natural state, all people were equal and independent, and everyone had a natural right to defend his life, health, liberty, or even their possession. The good example for this is when one tills or cultivates a piece of land in nature and makes it into a piece of farmland which produces food, then one has a claim to own that piece of land and the food produced upon it. This led Locke to conclude that America didn't really belong to the natives or the Indians who lived there because they didn't farm it, so they had no legitimate claim to it and others could therefore justifiably appropriate it. And that's all about state of nature. Next is the social compact. Social compact. It was for the purpose of protection of property that man entered into the social contract. By property was meant life, liberty, and estate. According to Locke, property was insecure because there was no established law nor an impartial judge. That's the reason why men unite themselves into a political society. Government built on trust. The government has an obligation to fulfill. It has to fulfill the trust given by the people who created it. In other words, the authority of the government is not absolute or without limit. The supreme power and authority still remain in the hands of the people, especially the power to remove or change the government when it is no longer acting for the common good or when it fails to fulfill the people's trust. And the good example for this is our government, and the sovereign power is in the hands of the people. And that's it about John Locke and his concept under social contract theory.